We've been working for the past few months to ensure that we are in a position to sign power purchase agreements that are delayed, and all of that work seemed like it was going to have been for nothing. We felt really disturbed and alarmed by the cabinet reshuffle, especially because the key ministries that are involved in the conclusion of the power purchase agreements have all been affected by the reshuffle. Energy, finance, there's also a deputy minister in the public enterprises that has changed. I would not like to speculate, but I would like to consider the track, the way we've come from over the past few months. We've had a situation where the power purchase agreements have been delayed for about 2 years. The Minister Peterse actually instructed Eskom to be ready for signature by the 11th of April, and all of the IPPs, all of our members have been ensured that they are ready for that to happen. And we were anticipating that we were heading towards how do we ensure readiness on the 11th of April, and how do we ensure that everything is legally and financially in place. The IPPs have done all of their work that they needed to do to get there, and we were now expecting that this week would be about preparation for next week. Now we are in a situation where we are not sure. We're not sure what will happen, because the new minister could be saying that she needs to acquaint herself with all of the history to date. The IRP has been worked on up until now, and the deadline for submissions passed on Friday. We were expecting that there would be 2 more processes, so that the update would be worked on, taking into account inputs from the public, and that we would then have a new base case issued for last comments before policy adjustment. We have no idea at this stage whether those sequences of events will continue, or whether the momentum has been lost. Well, the stronger companies are always in a position to have choices. They can decide that they will take their investments elsewhere. The programs that, the procurement rounds that are completed, the first rounds, those programs are up and running. They are producing power, and they are delivering on all of the objectives, developmental objectives around them. Those will continue. But what was going on, what was emerging from the trajectory of growth, where there was program learning, process learning, all of that would effectively be lost. So the industry would be in a position to where it needs to decide whether it should continue in this market, or whether it should look elsewhere. The most direct negative effects are on smaller businesses that have been flourishing around the program. The crane companies and the tower manufacturing companies that have employed local South Africans on a number of projects relating to the REIPP. Those companies basically would need to decide whether they forego their investment to date, because they would need to realize future benefits with program stability, policy stability. Those are the kinds of effects that we can look at if we don't sustain the momentum that was underway. The bigger companies would probably have larger windows. The smaller companies have already started closing down in the months that are just past. January and February saw some of the first closures, and I would imagine that the smaller businesses would probably be in the wrap-up mode very soon if they don't see that there's consistency from a policy perspective.